Are you struggling to lose excess weight? Do you want to take control over your daily meals, but are not sure where to start? Are you uncertain if counting calories can be effective for you? You are in the right place. In this video, I will explain why tracking calories is a really game-changer for beginners, and how to do it easily spending less than 15 minutes a day. Stay tuned. Let's start with the basics. The calorie balance concept. The amount of calories you consume minus calories you burn is your calorie balance. In general, if your calorie balance is positive, your body will tend to gain weight. And vice versa. When you consume fewer calories than you burn, you should be losing excess weight. Makes sense, right? I will record a more detailed video about calorie balance itself. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. The question is, how can you calculate your calorie balance? This is where calorie tracking comes into play. You need to count the calories you consume daily with your food, and then subtract the calories you expend on your activities. But you might say, I don't eat that much, and I move quite a lot. I already know my calorie balance. Why should I track anything? Well, the thing is that people usually tend to underestimate the number of calories they consume, and overestimate the amount of physical activities they have. That's why to obtain more realistic results, you need to dedicate some time to tracking real data.
Studies reveal that simply keeping a food journal, even without strict calorie counting, can lead to weight loss by increasing awareness of eating habits.
To make tracking calories easier, let's choose a handy mobile app that will help us on our journey. There are a lot of paid and free calorie tracking apps available for both iPhone and Android phones, so you can choose the one you like most. I have included a list of the most popular ones in the video description, so be sure to check it out. And please let me know in the comments what app you have chosen and why. Personally, I have been using the MyFitnessPal app for many years, but lately it seems to have a lot of features that many of you might find overwhelming. After testing several apps from the list, I found that FatSecret is much more straightforward and user-friendly for beginners, so I will use it as an example in this video. This app offers some paid features, but you won't need them to track calories, so don't worry about that for now. So let's start logging our calories. Open the app and click on the Diary tab. Here you will see all your meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner and others. Let's log our breakfast first, so click on the breakfast section. Here we will choose food, where we can search for our ingredients. Usually for breakfast I have 2 eggs, a portion of chicken breast, half an avocado and some vegetables. I also have a cup of latte. And don't forget to log the oil if you use any. I will speed things up here to save us some time. Okay, so here we can see our totals for breakfast. Now let's repeat the same process for lunch, so click on the lunch section. Today I have spaghetti with chicken and a green salad with tomatoes. Let's speed up the recording here again. Okay, we see all my food recorded and I have 1100 calories for lunch. And finally, let's log the dinner. Okay, here we have some cottage cheese with yogurt, apples and honey. Also, I usually have some nuts as a snack and a milkshake to add some protein to my diet. I will add them to the snacks section. Okay guys, that was definitely the most time-consuming part. Now let's see how you can save a lot of minutes logging your meals next time. First, you need to save the meals you've just logged for future use. Let's select the breakfast and tap on the Save Meal button. I will name it obviously breakfast. And now let's do the same for lunch, dinner and snacks. Now let's choose the next day, so I can show you how it works. Tap on the breakfast and then select Saved Meals. Here you can see all the meals you saved in the previous step. Now select the breakfast and boom! No need to log everything manually again. Pretty cool. You can use saved meals if they are mostly typical for you from day to day. Of course, you can add or delete any products later, so you have a lot of flexibility here. Now I will add my lunch manually, because it's different from the previous day. Okay, we have almost 1000 calories here. And then I will save my time again, by adding dinner and snacks from my saved meals. Okay, finally let's check our total calorie intake for the whole week. We need to tap on the Reports tab. Here you can select the time period for which you want to view the report. I consumed a little over 19,000 calories for the week, averaging 2,740 calories per day. As you can see, it can take less than 10 minutes to log all your main meals into the app. Of course, you will also need some time to weigh ingredients you use for cooking, but not that much. Now let's discuss another useful feature you can use to quickly log your food items, beverages and snacks. You can scan the barcodes on the products using your smartphone's camera. Tap on the meal you want to add the product to, then tap the camera icon and the barcode icon.
Wow, it's a magic.
Okay, we have covered logging homemade meals and scanning barcodes. But what about eating out? Whether you choose to dine with a coffee, enjoy drinks with friends, or have some food delivered, things might seem a little bit complicated. But do they? Nowadays, many popular restaurants provide calorie information on their menus, websites, or mobile apps. Also, the most popular meals from well-known restaurant chains can be found in the database of your calorie tracking app. If you can't find the exact product or meal, you can still log a generic meal instead. It may not be very accurate, but it's better than nothing. Now I'd like to mention some of the most common mistakes beginners usually make while counting calories. Let's start with consistency. It's very important to avoid skipping meals or even entire days of tracking, especially in the beginning. If you have already committed your time and energy to tracking calories, you definitely don't want to compromise the final result. If for some reason you can't enter the data into the tracking app at the moment, just make a quick audio note or take a photo, so you can fill in the gap later. The second common mistake is forgetting about hidden calories. I'm talking about sauces, dressings, cooking oils, and other similar items. For example, just 1 tablespoon of olive oil contains as much as 120 calories. So be sure to log these add-ons to your tracking app when preparing your meal. Another important thing to remember is that you should track absolutely everything, including all the beverages and snacks you have throughout the day. You may be surprised by the fact that all these sodas, juices, peanuts and crackers you grab here and there can increase your calorie intake by up to 50%. Quite a lot, isn't it? Don't make this mistake. Now let's talk about how long you should track calories. The absolute minimum I recommend is 1 week. Why? Because your daily meals and calorie intake will naturally vary. Averaging your calorie intake over a week gives you a much more accurate picture of your overall consumption. So simply track your calories for a week, then total your daily entries and divide by 7. But that doesn't mean you should stop there. The more data you track, the more accurate the result will be. So I encourage you to continue tracking for another 2 or 3 weeks. Since you have already entered all your common meals, further tracking should take you much less time. Now guys, you know the first part of the puzzle, how to effectively track the calories you consume. But to unlock the overall picture and calculate a total calorie balance, you also need the second part, the calories you burn. In the next video, I will share the exact steps to start with, so click the link here or in the description below and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Be healthy, be active, and enjoy!